Today's video features Killer's Choice Coffee Company, not sponsored, coffee by Leatherface himself. Our house's favorite blend is the Coffin Nail, which is sold out. I wonder why. Check out killerschoice.com for coffee, mugs, signed photos of Leatherface by Leatherface, Dan Lieger himself. Oh, and don't forget shirts. Get yourself some Killer Choice coffee today, or you're fucking dead to me. On to the video. So today we're going to be making some Killer Cold Brew. The things you're going to need are some containers to hold it in. I have some coffee bottles that I kind of sterilized and cleaned from some Schmirr bottles. A giant mason jar, a fine strainer, because you're going to need that. Some measuring cups, a spatula, a funnel because I make a fucking mess, a coffee grinder, some beautiful coffee beans, and some water. But basically, we want the coffee. Today I'm going to be using some Killer Choice coffee, the Back from the Dead Red French Roast. It's so good. It's so good. I swear to God, it's good. So we're going to get started with some coffee beans. We're going to do a half a cup of the whole beans. Usually I take these and cover them in chocolate and just eat the beans themselves because I'm a fucking coffee freak. Don't judge my life. Trust me, it's fucking good. But yes, whole beans. They're so yummy. I actually just want to eat some right now as they are, but I'm not gonna. So I'm gonna take my coffee mill and I'm gonna put them in there and grind them up, make them a coarse grind, not a fine grind, because fine grind is what you get in the, the can. I mean, you could do a fine grind, but it's not gonna work right. You could, but you're gonna use something else. So don't ask what I was doing with that. I'm gonna get a spoon because I always make a mess, just like I said earlier. So I'm gonna use a spoon. I think that's why I was playing with the measuring cup, because I was like, if I can't pour this in the measuring cup, I probably can't pour this in the jar. But yeah, so like I said, coarse grind, just like that. Like chunks of dirt, just big old chunks of dirt. And yeah, it still makes about a half cup once it's ground up. But we're gonna put this in a clean, dry mason jar, and this is a giant mason jar. Actually wish I would have made more than I did, because I'm disappointed with how much came out. It was very little, but it's okay. It's okay. Very careful, very careful. I don't want to waste any of this precious, precious coffee. I do this every time. I make the videos so long, I have nothing to say in between. So, scoopy. Okay, so we're going to do this a 1-to-4 ratio. So it's going to be a half cup of ground coffee beans. And it's going to be 2 cups of filtered water because tap water is yucky, especially where I live. So do 2 whole cups. And again, I make a mess, so we're going to use a fucking funnel. Very carefully over the funnel because I make a mess. And I'm just going to put a little bit more in there because I didn't quite fill it all the way up on the first one. So cold brew does not look good when you're making it. Just like a lot of things that I make, but it always tastes good in the end. Just like a lot of things that I make. So we're going to seal this up. You don't have to shake this, but I just like to shake things like it owes me money. And it's just gonna look like dirt and water in a jar, just like that. Everything's gonna be floating at the top, and yeah, it's gonna look just like that. We're gonna set it in the fridge for 12 hours. You can let it sit longer if you want to. Mine's gonna sit longer just because of the time of day I chose to do this. So good night. Day 2, here we are. All the grounds sank to the bottom of this jar, and it still looks just like dirt and water. Get some of that condensation off so you can see it, which didn't really do much difference, but yeah. So we're gonna get a pitcher and that fine strainer that we have, and we're just gonna dump the whole thing. I'm gonna shake it first. Just shake it. And this thing kind of sealed itself, so I had kind of a hard time getting the damn top off of it all the way. And just pour it all in there. I tried to pour the grounds in all just because I know they still hold some liquid. And I don't want to waste anything because coffee is precious. It is very, very precious. Yeah, you may have some left and that's fine. Just shake it just to get all that excess liquid out from the grounds, because You wouldn't think there would be liquid in there once you dump it, but there is. There's still quite a bit of liquid that's being held in there. You see the little drips when I pull that up. Shaka, shaka, shaka. Give me the precious liquid. Black gold, I just want it. I love cold brew, by the way. I recently kind of discovered it, and it started getting really expensive. So then I just was like, I'm gonna start making this shit at home because it's just cheaper that way. It's a long process, but it is actually pretty worth it. Like I said, I got some Schmirks bottles. I can't say their name. I just sterilized them. And yeah, like I said earlier, like 50 times, I make a mess, and I thought I was going to be smart, and I was like, oh, look at that. I made just enough to fill a whole bottle. Look at that. Oh, fuck. Now I've made a mess. Oh, shit. Shit. Good thing I keep towels everywhere around my house because that's how much of a mess I make all the time. I'm like a 5-year-old. It must be the ADHD. I swear it's got to be something. I'm just going to drink some of that. It's already cold, so it just tastes so good already. I love it. It's so good. I love dark roast, but this French roast is really good. Now I'm gonna seal it up. You can just, it's done. That is it. This was the whole fucking video. This is what you waited for. This is how you make cold brew. That's it. That's all there is to it. Super, super simple. So go get you guys some freaking Killer's Choice coffee. They have the whole beans, so you can do this yourself. If you want to do it with the already pre-ground coffee, just use a cheesecloth. After that, all you're going to do is get yourself a cup with some ice and a straw and just pour this shit over ice. I was so happy because I was like, man, I didn't make me very much, but I didn't even use I used a little less than half of the bottle, so I still have more than half. And then I used about an 1/8 cup of some French vanilla creamer, just put in there, you know, because it's French coffee. Look at that. Ooh la la. I love it, especially because it's been so hot here in California. And I love coffee. I have to have coffee every day. And having cold brew is delicious. So again, you guys go check out killerschoice.com. Go get you some coffee. You're not going to regret it.